Sit in meditative position. Focus your attention on your breathing. Be in yogic breathing. Get ready to chant mantra Om 7 times. Make your sankalpa. I'm chanting Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. I'm setting up 3 layers of protection. Outermost layer consists of 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on the right side, a lion on the left side, an eagle above me, and a tortoise below me. Inside of that is big ring with balls of fire. I'm lighting all the balls, allowing a fireball to go up all around me. And the third layer comes from the subtle energy of mantra Om. Take your attention to Mooladhara Chakra, visualize a 4-petal lotus, and visualize red color coming up through the Sushumna Nadi, sprouting out from the center of the head, falling all around like a fountain, creating a protective energy field. Take a deep breath in for Om Mantra. Take your awareness to Swadhisthana Chakra, 6-petal lotus, orange color. Increase your pitch, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Manipura Chakra. Ten-petal lotus, yellow color. Take a deep breath. Increase your pitch. Take your awareness to Anahata Chakra behind the heart center, 12-petal lotus, green color. Increase pitch further, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Take your awareness to throat center. Vishuddhi Chakra, 16-petal lotus, blue color. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Agnya Chakra behind the eyebrow center. 2-petal lotus, indigo color. Take a deep breath. Increase the pitch further. Take your awareness to Sahasrara Chakra, center of the top of the head. 1,000-petal lotus, white color. Take a deep breath. Increase the pitch further. Shanti mantras. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamavidamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Keep your hands in Linga Mudra. Make your sankalpa. Visualize the person to whom you pray in front of you. Golden rays emanating from the person towards your body, enveloping the entire body, penetrating through each and every pore in the skin, energizing each and every cell in the body. Make your sankalpa saying, I'm chanting for sound energy, for physical health and mental well being, chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health mentally and physically. All my brain cells and body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you for keeping me in pristine health. And I promise to put in efforts for keeping this body in a healthy condition, befitting for both of you to reside inside me in your effulgent form. If you know the mantra, chant along, otherwise just be in the vibrations of sound energy. Om Triyambakam Nijamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Triyambakam Nijamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Triyambakam Nijamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Very slowly disengage your hands and keep them on your knees. Practice Prana Shuddhi for 2 minutes. Breathing in mentally, directing the breath from the left nostril, mentally directing it out from the right, then mentally taking it in from the right, then out from the left, again in from the left, out from right, in from right, out from left, then in from both, out from both. So 4 rounds alternate, one each, and then 1 round both. And then again repeat, continue like this for 2 minutes. Feel you are completely grounded to Mother Earth. Feel confident that she will always provide for all your necessities of life. Feel a unique sense of energy penetrating from Mother Earth, entering your body from each and every pore in the skin, spreading throughout the body, giving you a unique confidence to face up to all external circumstances, be they pleasant or unpleasant. Pay some attention to your thoughts. When the body is steady, the mind tends to become steady as well. Then very gently open your eyes and relax. We'll do the first practice, which is using the glass to increase your control over the limbs. So if you have the glass with you ready, you can keep it on your hands and stand up. First watch and then get, later on you will have to try and put water on it and keep it. First watch and then you can practice. So you will keep the glass like this and then you will take the hand from inside and then you will raise the hand up, then rotate it and bring it back down like this. Once again, you will take the hand from inside, then it will go up. You will have to rotate the hand and bring it down. Imagine there is water inside. Yes, correct. Okay. If you adjust the camera, then I can see and guide. Yeah.
We can't see your hand as it goes up.
Okay. After it goes like this, it goes up and then it comes like this. Once again, I'll show you. Fantastic. And imagine there is water inside. Later on, you can try it in your bathroom with the water inside. Yeah. Okay. Only thing is when you're going up here, it slightly tilts. So try make sure that that doesn't happen. Pay attention. Now try it with the non-dominant hand. Try it on the left hand. Fantastic. Now, if you have now next time you can try with both the hands. It increases your concentration, it increases your control of the limbs, it improves the association of the hand with the body. Fantastic. Super. You got it. Now just practice on the left hand once and that's enough.
Is it okay to watch the glass?
That's okay. That's okay. You can watch it. Not a problem. Fantastic. Done. Super. Great. Now you can practice a little more. Now lie down on your back. You're going to work on your pelvic region, which can also help in relaxing the body, also can help you in your sciatica and other problems of the lower back. There is no demonstration possible for this. So you'll have to follow instructions. So lie on your back. Just become aware of your body. Pay attention to the heels and how they are in relationship to the ground. Are they symmetrical between right side and left side? Then the ankle. After that, pay attention to the calf muscles and how they are in relationship to the ground. Then your knees, the back side of the knees, are they touching the ground or what is the gap? Then your thighs, are they touching the ground all along from the knees to the hip or are there gaps? Then pay attention to the buttocks. How is the pressure on the right side and the left side with relationship to the ground? Are they symmetrical or are they different? Now come to your spinal cord. See if your coccyx and your tailbone are touching the ground. If not, mentally visualize what is the gap. Then the lumbar vertebrae and the thoracic vertebrae, go each one of them and see whether they are aligned with the ground or above the ground. Now pay attention to the lower back on either side. Is the left side and the right side touching the ground symmetrically or is there a difference? Is one side raised a little more than the other? Same observation on the mid back and the upper back. Now come to shoulder joints and shoulders. Are the shoulders flushed along the ground on both sides? If they are raised, are they symmetrically raised or differently raised? Then pay attention to the way the hands are in relationship to the ground, from the shoulder, arms, elbow, forehand, wrist, and palms and fingers. Then pay attention to the neck region. Visualize the gap between the neck and the ground. Then relax the back of the head, top of the head. And relax the entire front side of the body. Now fold both the legs, feet flat on the ground, knees facing the ceiling, feet at shoulder width distance apart. Now in this, very slowly raise the tailbone half an inch from the ground. Very little, half an inch from the ground. Lift your tailbone and then take it back. Repeat it 2-3 times. Only tailbone. Rest of the vertebrae is on the ground. Relax. Now, listen to my instructions and then do the movement. As you are lifting the tailbone, the lower vertebrae, the lumbar vertebrae will start pressing into the ground. Pay attention to see whether you can feel this movement. Number one. Number two, your feet on the ground will be pressing against the ground. It is that pressing that makes the tailbone come up. Can you feel this pressing of the feet on the ground when you are coming up? And breathe out when you are coming up. Breathe in when you are going down. Start. Since just 2 minutes, Deepa had just joined. She got disconnected, so I'll just bring her on line. Deepa, lie on your back. We did a body scan for which we don't have time, so we'll skip the body scan for you. Fold your legs, feet flat on the ground. We are working on what is called the freedom in the pelvic region. Now, in this, just raise the tailbone a little, half an inch from the ground, not more than that. Just half an inch from the ground and bring it back. Repeat it 3 times. Now, once you have done that, follow my instructions carefully. You will repeat the same thing again, but this time, when you are lifting the tailbone for half an inch, the lumbar vertebrae, the last L1, L2, they will press a little more on the ground. Can you pay attention to it and see this happening when you are lifting the tailbone? Point number 1. Point number 2, pay attention to your feet. They must be pressing against the ground. Can you feel that the feet are pressing? Only when the feet press against the ground, the tailbone will come up. Can you see this action happening clearly? Paying attention to both these, lift the tailbone up 3 times. Now all together, you will repeat the same movement once again, but this time, pay attention to the rest of the body. For example, your hands. Are you tensing the hands? Are they pressing down on the ground when you are lifting the tailbone? How are your teeth? Are you pressing the teeth against each other? Are you pressing the lips against each other? Are you constricting your chest or the abdominal region? Any of these efforts is unnecessary for the movement. So see if you can reduce those unnecessary muscular effort when you are raising the tailbone up and do it. 5 times and then stretch your leg and relax. 5 times, then stretch your leg and relax. I will know you have completed. Remember to take it down slowly with complete awareness. Stretch your leg once you have completed the round. Relax a little bit. Now once again fold your legs. Now this time pay attention again. You will do it once and you will see whether when you are pressing the leg, are both the legs pressing similarly or is one leg pressing more than the other? Invariably, one leg will be pressing more than the other. Find out which one is that. Only once you will do it. Now, whichever leg was pressing more, you will intentionally press that leg a little more and allow the tailbone to come up. Intentionally press that foot a little more, allow the pelvis to come up, tailbone to come up. See that when this happens, you're pressing it more, the pelvis tilts to the opposite side. That is, if you're pressing the right leg more, the pelvis tends to shift to the left side. If you're pressing the left leg more, it tends to shift to the right side. See this shift in the pelvis when you are pressing the leg more. Pay attention to it. Now, next time, when you're pressing that foot more, also become aware as to that movement going all the way up to the opposite shoulder. It's a very subtle movement. Can you feel it going all the way to the opposite shoulder when you press and tilt the tailbone up? Do it 3 times. Once you have completed, once again stretch your legs and relax. And now compare the way your body is in relationship to the ground as compared to when you started. Any change in the way the spinal cord is touching the ground? Any change in the way the back of the knees is touching the ground? Any way the lower back, mid back, and upper back are touching the ground? Any way there is a change in the way the shoulders are touching the ground? Observe. Then once again, fold both the legs up. This time, press the other leg 20% more. That means if you are pressing the right leg before, you will press the left leg now. If you are pressing the left leg before, you will press the right leg now. So press the other leg, press it 20% more than the one you are not pressing so much. Feel the movement go all the way to the opposite shoulder. See the pelvis tilting to the opposite side. And pay attention to your hand, lips, teeth, back of the neck. Are you tensing any of these? If yes, relax them. Stop that tensing movement, which is an unnecessary movement. Disconnect that movement from the one you are doing. 3 times. Now, once you've done it 3 times, this time try and press both the legs together and see the movement going up the spinal cord directly rather than diagonally to the opposite side. See how the movement changes when both the legs are pressed. 3 times. Now, you will continue to press both the legs, but this time you will take an additional vertebrae. Till now, you are taking the tailbone up. Now take L1 and if possible L2 and take one at a time. And when you're taking it back, take L2 first, then L1, then tailbone. So you will come down in reverse order and see if you can isolate each one of those when you're lifting up and when you're coming down. So first tailbone up, L1 up, L2 up, L2 down, L1 down, tailbone down. Can you feel the movement on the upper part of the chest? Become aware. Now you'll repeat 3 more times. This time try and consciously see that you're keeping the pressure on both the feet similar. That means one foot is not pressing more than the other. They're both pressing to the same extent on the ground. And see how the movement goes up the spine. And 2 vertebrae plus tailbone up and then down. Relax, take some rest if you want to, and then fold your legs back. Now you will continue to press both the legs up, but you will now take 2 more vertebrae up. So come up to L5. First tailbone up, L1, L2, L3, L4, and then L5. Then let L5 go down, L4, L3, L2, L1, tailbone. Take one at a time. Come down slowly with complete awareness, putting one vertebrae down at a time. When you have done all the 5 rounds, then stretch your leg. Again, pay attention. Are you making any unnecessary movement? If so, relax them. Reduce all unnecessary movement. Reduce your effort. Once you have completed, stretch your legs and relax and check how your body is in relationship to the ground. Can you notice any changes at all? Heels, calf muscles, back of the knees, buttocks, spinal cord, and the backside. What changes can you notice? Just become aware. So once again, fold the legs, feet touching the ground, knees up. Now, press only the right foot and see how the pelvis tilts up, goes to the left side, and then come back. 3 times. Is there any change in the way the movement is happening as compared to the first time? Is it happening more smoothly or is it happening with more difficulty now? Make an assessment. Now, press the left foot, feel the pelvis slide to the right side, reduce unnecessary effort. Three times. Now you will alternate. You will first press the right foot, tilt the pelvis up. You will take it down slowly, then press the left foot down, and tilt the pelvis up. You will find one of these two. You feel the movement is easier. So make an assessment which one is easier. When you press the right foot or when you press the left foot. 3 times, both sides. Then stretch your legs and relax. And after you have relaxed, when you're ready, bring the feet back. Now turn the face to the right side. That means your right ear will touch closer to the ground. Turn the face to the right side. Keeping the face turned, tilt your pelvis up. Take 1 or 2 vertebrae. And when you do this, see that the right shoulder presses more against the ground. Can you feel the difference? The movement moves all the way up and the right shoulder presses more on the ground. Feel it. After 3 rounds, take the head to the center and then tilt the pelvis up and see what happens to both the shoulders. Are they pressing similarly or is the right continue to still press more? You have to make your own awareness. There is no right way and no wrong way. After 3 rounds, turn your face to the left side and repeat the process and see the left shoulder pressing more on the ground. And then make an assessment which side makes it easier. When the face is turned to the right, face is in normal condition, or face turned to the left. Which of these 3 makes the lifting of the pelvis easier for you? Now, when you're completed, bring the head back to the center. Once again, raise your tailbone, and then keeping the tailbone raised, tilt the pelvis to the right side. And when you tilt the pelvis to the right side, see what happens to the shoulder, what happens to the pressure on the foot, what is happening to your hand. Pay attention. Also see what happens to the back of your head. Is there any change you feel when you're sliding the pelvis to the right? Can you feel anything there? Once you've completed 4 rounds, relax. And then after you've relaxed, then bring the body tailbone up and then slide the pelvis to the left side. And repeat the same process 4 times. And then relax and stretch your legs. Now once again, fold your legs, bring it back. Now raise your tailbone 1 or 2 vertebrae up, and then first slide the pelvis to the right side, bring it back, then slide it to the left side, bring it back, alternate. Watch what happens to the back of the head. Watch what happens to the shoulders when it moves on either side. Watch how you are pressing the foot on the ground. When you are sliding it on each side, what is happening to the pressure? After 4 rounds, relax. Once you have completed, stretch your legs and once again make an observation as to how your body is in relationship to the ground, heels, calf muscles, back of the knees, buttocks, spinal cord. What changes are happening? Then once again fold your legs. This time raise your right hand over your head, fingers pointing away from the body. Now in this, tilt the pelvis up and then slide the pelvis to the right side. As you are sliding it to the right side, try to extend the hand a little above the head. Try to stretch it more. And then come back. Again, slide to the right side, stretching the right hand up. Again, come back 4 times. And once you've done 4 times, keeping the right hand in the same position, tilt your pelvis up and then slide the body to the left side, stretching the right hand up. And see which of these two makes it easier for you. Sliding to the right side, stretching the right hand, or sliding to the left side, stretching the right hand. Which of the two is easier, more comfortable? When you're finished, bring the right hand back, take some rest, and then stretch the left hand behind. Once again, lift the tailbone up and then slide to the left side 4 times and then right to the right side and see which one is easier as you stretch the left hand up. Also observe what happens at the shoulder joint. What happens to the shoulder when you're lifting and sliding. When you're finished, bring the left hand back. Now when you're ready, the next move, you will slide your head to the right side, which means your right ear will start coming closer to the right shoulder. In the earlier move, you tilted the head so the ear was touching the ground. Here the ear will be at the same level, but it will come closer to the right shoulder. In this position, tilt your tailbone up and now stretch the hand, right hand, down towards the foot. Stretch it, slide it downwards and move to the right side and then stretch it downwards, move to the left side. Move the pelvis to the left side. So tailbone tilted up, sliding the pelvis to the right side, stretching your right hand down, then tilting your pelvis to the left side, stretching your right hand down. And see which of these two movements makes it easier. Then relax. Last round, repeat the same movement, but sliding the left hand down towards the foot. 4 rounds. Sliding left, then sliding right. Once you have completed, repeat the first movement of lifting the tailbone up, 1, 2, 3, 4 vertebrae, and then go down and see any changes happen. Can you segregate the vertebrae one by one much better now as compared to what it was when you did the first time? Any change in that respect? And then come down, repeat 3 more times, and then stretch your legs out. After taking some rest, turn to one side with the support of your body. Just get up, walk around a little bit, and see whether you can sense any difference in the way you are walking and the way you are carrying your body. Do you feel any change in the pelvic area? Do you feel the pelvic region is more relaxed? Are you carrying the body in better equilibrium? Are you feeling any ease in the movement while you're walking? Make an assessment of your own. And then sit down. These practices for the pelvic freedom is developed by David Zemak Bursin, and a lot is claimed about it. So how you felt, you write to me, so that I will know whether all the claims that are made is being felt when you practice or no. So let me know how it feels after the practice. Make your sankalpa for chanting Om, creating protective energy field around you that keeps you protected right through the day. And chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath for chanting Om. Shanti mantras. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutam gamaya, sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् पूर्वान्तमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Rub your hands nicely, and when they are warm, then keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into the eyes, and then very gently open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. So have a good week ahead. We'll see you on Thursday. We'll be running lesson 5 full from beginning to end. Bye. And let me know how the pelvic feels after the practice.